York Jets, next on Madden NFL 25.
Welcome, everybody, and welcome to Giant Stadium in New York. Here come the Rams taking on the Jets in the playoff game here in New York, New Jersey. And we are talking about the participants of a note shortly. But let's go.
Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Here's Smith on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out is one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle Father Time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear in the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
Stafford to the air to start us off. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. First carry now for Kyron Williams. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off the defense at any time.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So now it's the Jets getting out on offense for their opening drive. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Rodgers here from the gun. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10 from the 41. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 43. This is on target to Xavier Gibson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
3rd and 2, Rodgers. Corley reels it in. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stop made by Braden Fisk. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They send a tight end in motion. 3rd down, give to Hall. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. To throw, Rodgers. This will be caught by Adams. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's caught, it's Brees Hall. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm sure, Coach, your play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 16. This one's caught. He has the New York touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it, on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a third time for 6.
Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the LA offense getting out there for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Sanford. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Putting a receiver in motion. Stafford now on 1st down.
Almost tricked off. And it will be 2nd and 10.
INT and not PBU. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Straight ahead with Williams.
Kyron Williams. He's a pretty good running back. He got me to the championship game last year as the running back in fantasy football.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle.
All right.
At the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from MetLife coming right up.
Mike Tirico and not Merlin Olsen. Greg Olsen was supposed to do this game, but it's okay.
Stafford back to throw. That's complete to Kittle on the sideline. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football.
This is going to be a defensive battle. It has been so far. Because the Jets, they beat in week 1, I mean in the regular game. Beat Washington 31-21.
Stafford from the gun.
Stafford with a nice throw. Get about the 16, 17-yard line.
Huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Mustard and pickles.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's got a decent gain.
The Rams looking to take the lead here. At least with a field goal, at the least.
Short yardage slant, just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Sets Jets leading 7-0. It is picked up. 57. He could go all the way. Stafford, he's at the 40. the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touch.
And the Jets get the
Down.
ball on the first turnover of the contest.
Did he? He didn't get in.
What a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not
What
only
a
did you
throw.
steal the possession,
Make that. What an interception recovery by the New York Jets. They have a defense now.
Opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly,
They should have had the touchdown. It would have been beautiful to see.
They're still reeling from that interception.
The Jets and Devontae Adams getting set for another look here. And talk about a dream position, Brock. Heading out with first and goal waiting for him.
Good play by the New York Jets. Already leading 7-0. Aaron Rodgers.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal.
Aaron Rodgers, he throws. It is touchdown, New York Football Jets.
The Jets get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets double their lead to 14.
Okay. Rams, they have the skill position players like George Kittle and Stafford who can get that ball in the end zone quickly. But will they do it? We'll see. We'll find out. They got to score something on this possession, even if it's a field goal.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14.
Well, they're going to have to pass the ball a little bit more. This is the time to do it. Fans here in New York is enjoying every bit of this. I think they can get to the Super Bowl this season. And they keep the ball on the ground. I don't get it. Well, when you're trailing, you want to put the ball in the air and get some quick scores right there. You're just trying to stay level-headed and not go crazy thinking that the game is lost. Kyron Williams runs again. It's going to be third down.
Tackle made by Chuck Clark. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 37.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator.
Halftime coming up. 3:29 and counting. Stafford, if he takes a sack, this game could get out of hand. At least he won't get sacked, but the receiver drops the ball. Wow.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
They can't be going for, they're going to punt the ball.
Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. Xavier Gipson on to return for the Jets. Got 46 on his first punt, so this one's pushing a little more distance. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Jets and receiver Garrett Wilson back out to take possession. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be Jets football. First and 10 now from the 30.
Brees Howell running with authority a little bit. He's chopping those legs.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Wilson on a slant.
Wilson hit the ball at the 41-yard line. Nick at the 43. Jets looking dominant here.
And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Coming right is Hall. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain.
He looked like he's gliding out there.
It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Stafford has got to get it together, folks.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. And it's the Jets lined up with a 2nd and 8. From the 41.
Rodgers goes down, and he goes down hard.
And that pushes him back.
And that's what the Jets didn't want to have happen. Sauce Gardner is upset on the sidelines.
Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Rodgers to throw.
He's going to go down again, but he gains a couple yards maybe. And it's 4th down. Do they go for it or do they punt it?
Especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
The Rams defense has finally showed up.
So on 4th down,
they will punt the ball, and the Rams should have called a timeout to stop the clock and see if you get something going. It makes no sense if you try to push the ball down the field and you lost all those valuable yards. Oh, timing. Valuable time. That's what I meant to say. I'm sleepy. Forgive me. I be sleepy all the time after playing Battlefield 5.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
I'm just watching their game here. They finally put it on the air in the 1st down. And he is stuck.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there.
Halftime coming up. 48 ticks left. And the Rams did call a timeout.
Coming up here.
Okay.
Now Stafford to throw.
Stafford, they keep going short. I mean, if they don't get the first down, I think the Jets should be the one calling timeout, because the Rams don't look like they want to have anything to do with scoring touchdowns today. And if it's incomplete, oh boy, the Jets would really be in business. They run the ball, they won't get the, and the Jets do call the timeout. What a weak possession by the Rams. And I thought they had a better coach, next level coach. But hey, McVay,
the Rams are set to punt.
He will be here as the coach of the Rams.
And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's just going to fair catch this one. That's brought in at the 39-yard line.
You know, Rodgers loved the 2-minute warning. He loved the hurry-up offense. He seems to strive on that. NFC North knows all about that. But the West, they had Montana playing. Quarterbacks like that.
For the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
That was like 30-odd, 40 years ago.
Rodgers here from the gun.
Rodgers is going down again.
He was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now here's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Third and just 2 to go. From the shotgun, Rodgers. A lot of mess on the move here.
Nice catch.
Him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about a big hitter?
Got to call a timeout. What are they doing? They're going to probably call a timeout with 2 seconds.
Here comes the final play of our 1st half.
They could have called a timeout early and had an extra play.
The offense, and they can try for some points going into the break.
17-0 they're looking at right here.
Greg Zuerlein going to try to knock this through for the Jets. This is a 35-yard look from the right hand.
Kick up.
Bass's kick is good.
And it's good.
It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. One final shot before halftime. He beams one deep right side. That's caught at the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. That brings us to the break. The Jets with a halftime lead here in East Rutherford. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Xavier Gibson now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here's the Jets offense getting ready to start our 3rd quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the 1st half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. Jukes out a 1-stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Here's Rodgers. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York! The Jets grow the lead coming out of halftime. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Zerline on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets make it a 24-point ball game. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. His return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap to Stafford. A throw right side, finds Cup.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. throw, Stafford. Into the hands of Kittle. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Williams takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams start the second half with some needed points. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
So the Rams keep the offense out there. They're deciding to try for 2. Motioning the tight end now. He's throwing for it. And it's hauled in inside the end zone for 2. That trims the lead just a little bit. All right, partner, it is a small step on a long road back, but a necessary one. The touchdown and that conversion drop us back down to a 2-score game.
So you're saying there's a chance, Kate, just a little bit of a chance. Maybe they got to do it again and again and again. But all I know, time may not be on their side, but they did gain just a little bit of momentum.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Gibson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Give on 2nd to Hall. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Jared Verse on the tackle. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Rogers set to pass. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Throwing on first down, Rogers has his man, it's Corley. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down, Rogers. That throw finds Coughlin. And he's across midfield into Rams territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
A give left side for Hall. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. So we hit the end of the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth. And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel, 3rd down. Here's Hall once more. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you could be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 29. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Toss play. This is Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and they're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They go right back to Hall. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
So the Jets are going to try a field goal on 4th down, and Greg Zuerlein headed out. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. And Bass's kick is good. And make this a 19.3 score advantage.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams headed out to the field now. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They fake the handoff now. Stafford finds his back. Kyron Williams. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their 1st sack of the game? But they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Third and long now for Stafford. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly...
It's just about at the 2-minute warning.
He was looking for Cooper Kupp.
This game is a blowout. The Jets are going on the next round. It's going to be a little rain out there when they play next time, if they have a home game, or maybe even if they have a road game. But I'll let you know shortly who they're going to play in the next round. Stafford has not looked good. His receivers didn't look good.
And he's going to be out of bounds a few yards short of the 1st. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
This is just disgusting. What I mean by that is the display the Rams did today. It's like they didn't want to play today.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10.
Now all they have to do is run the clock out.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall.
Look at this. Another big run. He got hit, then he still kept running. Jets look Super Bowl bound now, don't they? I don't know who's going to win it. Still have the Chiefs, but the Chiefs don't have Mahomes this year. Texans and Denver and Houston are gone. They were the 2 top teams last season.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
I'm just trying to get this game over with because it's just been a blowout.
Hall running between the tackles. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line.
Brees Hall been running like that all game long. Rams, maybe they shouldn't play with the mustard uniforms. I don't know.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Not trying to sound like Joe Buck, a great Hall of Fame announcer.
They'll go right side with
Hall again. Just a mouth choked up. I can't do that right now.
Recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
And they're probably gonna victory formation or maybe with a head off, who knows.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
This is a beautiful win for the Rams. Make that the Jets organization. For the organization. And the game is history. This was not even close, folks.
Advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did.
The Jets will go on to play in the next round, and they will take on, looks like, the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. And I'm hearing there will be rain there. There's going to be some rain in Buffalo as well.
They played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a
the next game coming up tomorrow will be the Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The final score here was 27-8 in favor of the New York Football Jets. With that note, so long, everybody.